Hi guys, welcome back to the Crib Sheet. So on set we have, I'm Carol.
My name is Chim. Obia Julino Asante Hasiani Chitai.
Just Sheila.
And that's Sheila.
Just Sheila.
All right. So today's show is going to be hopefully very interesting, as you can see on the topic here below. We want to talk about dating a single parent. So this would be dating as a single mom, dating as a single dad. How is it? How's the experience? etc. And we'll be looking forward to also hearing your views about how. Just tell us your experience about dating as a single parent. So, so I don't know whether I'll start with a single dad in the room. How has your experience been?
Easy. No, really. All BS aside, my experience has been really, really easy. Simply because whenever I'm walking my children, you know this to be true. Women see you and they assume you are responsible. Ajui imepangwa. And who am I? I'm not going to burst your bubble. I'm responsible.
So your experience has been very easy.
I can say this with all confidence. I have never been rejected for being a single father. Ever.
Wow. So do girls pick you or do you pick girls?
It's actually a bit of both. It is a bit of both. I use the fact that I have children to break through the resistance. You're not entirely sure. Look at how responsible I am. Voila.
I have kept 2 children alive.
I want to chase you away. Voila. You need to run.
Okay.
I need to focus on these 2. Go. Go. I have never been rejected for being a single father. Ever.
Okay, that's very interesting. But for you, Sheila, what has your experience been? Is it easy? Has it been hard?
It's a challenge.
How so?
It's a big challenge because one, you need to find the balance. At times I just don't get the balance. There are children, and then there's a new partner and how they can come into your usual schedule, right? So most of the time it will be, let's do it over the weekend. And at times you go out and come back and you realize, wait, we're meant to have game night because you had planned prior. So I think for me, dating is a challenge. I haven't given up on love, but I think it's a challenge, and you just need to find your way through it.
Yeah. So Chim raised a very good point. He's
Before
never
we move
been.
on, you have not given your side of things.
No, I wanted to because you mentioned about being rejected. You've never been rejected.
Not for being a single father.
Exactly. So have you
I'm
been
rejected because I'm short.
Not a very good challenge, but anyway. Have you ever been rejected?
No, I've never been rejected. However, I've never been the type of going after. So it would always be the men are the one just reaching out, spending time, and then they're like, okay, probably let's see if we can start something. Rejection, nah, but I have rejected
someone because okay, so my experience, mine is also I'd say a bit challenging, and I can say I have been rejected not because I went for the guy, but because I took a bit of time to say that I'm a single mom. So by the time I mentioned that I was a single mom, his first reaction was, "Oh, you're a mom, Ash," and that was the red flag. So I had to pick my legs and walk before he told me, because I mean, by the time you're getting shocked that I'm a single mom, means it almost kind of like means.
No, that's a compliment.
But probably
that's a compliment.
Is it?
You look good for
Yeah, for a single mom. Yeah.
Got a single mom.
And also, I really need to make this dichotomy. When it comes to a man, we are dealing with this rejection and this disqualification.
Okay.
Right? There's a man who will outright reject you for being a single mother. I'm just not dealing with them.
Yeah.
And there's a guy who will disqualify you based off of who you are as a single mother.
Yeah.
When I see you interacting with your kids, I'll disqualify you. Right?
So how you're not because you're a single mom, but how then are you Okay, that's
Exactly.
interesting. Do men, in your opinion, and I think I'd also want to hear from you, but as a man, are there times when you feel that dating a single mom comes with extra baggage that is unnecessary? Sema, kweli, chim.
Yeah, I'm being set up. Anyway, yes. I'll tell you guys the truth. Any man who has options, in as much as I'm seeing you angry, I'm just seeing you about to hit me. No. Any man who has options.
Yeah.
The truth is, there is no man with options who will go for a single mother. None.
Okay. Okay.
And the reason for that is because it is a monumentally imbalanced relationship. Understand something. Yeah? You're a single mom, yeah? What's your first priority?
Myself, and then my children.
Exactly.
Yeah. A guy will be like,
Right?
poor number.
Actually, I kid you not, as a single mother, even above you, and I say this because I know if food is scarce, you're going hungry. But they will eat.
Obviously.
So even above yourself is your children, are your children, right? Now, that is how it's supposed to be. Any man who is willing to date a woman who does not prioritize her children, yo, sister, you need to actually start doing some digging. There's a problem there. Again, Cinderella effect. But the truth is, it is a raw deal for me as a man to be with a woman for whom I am not her priority. You would expect me to prioritize you, right? But I'm not your priority. Your children are.
So you feel like you're getting the short end of the stick.
It's a raw deal for me. It's a raw deal for me. And the simple way of putting it is, there is absolutely no man I know who can afford to walk into a restaurant, order his food, sit down and eat, who will sit down on a half-eaten meal. Sounds bad. But that is the male way of thinking.
Yeah. Okay.
And I also think why I said priority is me first and then the children is because it took quite some time to get there. Because initially it was, so what's your priority? The children.
The children, yeah.
You have something to do, it's the children first. But we get to forget about ourselves, our needs.
True.
And if you're not whole, you're useless to the children as well.
No, I do agree with you.
I think we need to prioritize ourselves as parents first, as single moms.
Yeah.
Agree.
Yeah. That's
What do you think?
no. Okay. So what was the question? Now I've even forgotten.
Do you agree with what I've said with regards to the way a man views the relationship with a single mother?
Yes, I do agree. Because again, I think from my experience, being in a long talking stage with a guy, one thing I realize is they will never understand when I say I cannot go out on a Saturday night because I need to be fresh for my son on Sunday. So the guy is like, sis, I need us to go to a road trip for the weekend. I'm like,
piga luku twende out. Hey.
Siendi weekend, by the way.
It's not easy.
Exactly. Like I can't just
You need
live.
to be sober.
And then you see even the planning for those weekend trips. If I didn't have a kid, we'll go out on a Friday night, do drinks, then we're like, yo, randomly, twende wapi? Naivasha. I can't do that now. Like I have to plan. That is one. But also to, like you're saying, even in the way I deal with my finances, right now I'm thinking, I need to invest. I have school fees. I have all these things to do.
Okay.
So really, I don't have time to do other maraundis with you.
I like that she has brought up the whole financial aspect, because that is something that I have never ever considered with regards to your finances aren't just yours.
Exactly.
It's for you.
Yeah.
And the kids. Right? It's different for me as a single father. My finances are for me and the kids and nakadalika.
Now that you're talking about finances, if I get to ask Carol whether she could consider dating a single dad, let's talk about finances. Because single dad also have financial issues. But I want us to focus a little bit more on men asking women for money. No, men asking single mothers
Jitete.
for money second day of talking.
Keep it up. You're doing a very good job. In fact, may I tell you, make sure it's day number 1. Listen, single
you ask
mothers
for
always
money
tell
on day
you.
one.
Single mothers always tell you, I want a serious man. Show her you're focused. Day 1.
You're not coming to focus with
my
my
name
money.
is Tim.
You
What's your
will
name?
not focus with my
She'll
money.
tell you, my name is Carol. You guys will chat kidogo. She tells you, by the way, just so you know, Mimi, you can't play with me. I have a child. Very nice, very nice. Weka snacks kwa meza. The next thing I'll say, niaje, cheki, ukweli, Abu co-sign this loan for me. Co-sign? See, you want someone serious? I'm showing you I'm serious. Weka co-sign. Hey!
I mean,
Co-sign.
so for you, in your mind, you're thinking you just want to show you're serious, or are they taking
Yes.
advantage?
By asking,
No! How am I taking advantage?
Because you're like, I mean, here's a babe who
We're
has
talking.
money.
You're not drunk.
you're talking, as in, we are
Also, another thing we need to demystify is, what is this talking stage?
talking stage is we haven't gone.
We're
to
not
the next
dating.
step.
Yeah.
We're not even
Wait,
dating.
wait,
We've just
wait,
hooked
wait.
up.
Okay, we're not
hanging
a couple.
out,
Yeah.
going on our
Exactly.
second date, and then you come with your
Okay,
business
okay,
idea.
okay.
Suddenly,
Yeah,
that needs
suddenly, like,
funding.
by then this thing has
Listen,
money,
listen.
and you have potential of doing it.
I'll walk this back.
Take us back to.
Do not ask for her to co-sign your business.
Thank you.
Until you gonga. Because you know why? The truth of the matter is,
Sounds very
as a man, you have to ask yourself, honestly speaking, yeah? Are you ready? Are you ready?
Tell us.
As a man, you must ask yourself. Real talk, you are a single mother. I'm talking to you, you are a single mother. You are dealing with a useless man. Who told you I'm useless? Yeah? Who told you I'm useless?
By the time you're asking me
This
for
man,
money, you're
this
useless.
man ran away. I'm still here. I've introduced myself. You know my name. You know my village. I'm still here. Yeah? But me, I'm the one to wait. Me, I'm the one who will be told, don't do anything at the 90-day rule. 90-day anyangoa. What are you telling me, rubbish? 90-day
So
rule,
you don't have 90-day rule.
rubbish.
For you, it's day one.
We have
If you're
90
getting-
minutes rule. Umekunywa pombe. Umeniambia
Yeah,
nyef, nyef.
yeah.
Parking lot ndo hiyo. What are you telling? Rubbish. We are going to the parking lot. Rubbish.
And then day two, you're
After
still for
that,
money.
day 2. After that, as I drop you home, tumefika kwa gate. Listen, Aki babe, there's this investment opportunity I promise. Surefire. See ati zui GG zui double hiyo
Sure
umeshinda.
bet, kabisa.
Sure bet. Kabisa. Iko hivi. Sikiza. Baby, you know me. I've told you my name. You know my village.
No, my answer
No.
stands.
Give me something. We invest together. In fact,
Question
I have
is-
a contract. Let me show you my. Yes, just sign here. Just sign here. Don't worry, it's crumpled. Just sign.
Why are your boys?
Aye.
See, that's the work of your boys.
Eh?
You
Yeah,
look at
why
your
don't you
boys.
do it with
Yeah,
the-
do it with
yeah,
your boys.
with your boys.
They're doing this with other single mothers.
Which friends do you hang out with?
Aye. Aye.
But
Real talk.
honestly, no. I mean,
No. I don't agree with that.
I also don't agree. Because, I
Yeah.
mean, okay, fine, that's your thinking. It's good. You want to show that you're focused. You want to show that
Yes.
you're serious. But honestly, so after you live here, I consign that loan for you. You go get your one mic. You move on to the next single
No,
mom.
you know.
And
that's-
do the same.
That's where you're wrong. You'll get caught like a rat on the. Are you? No. The truth is, life is a risk. Life is a risk.
You're not risking with me.
I am taking a
no
risk
way.
giving you 50% of my business just because you gave me a few 500,000 here or there.
What business is this that you're doing that you need a loan
Yeah.
for 500k? You're also not serious.
You never
A
mind.
serious
But don't you
man
have
is
banks
asking for
that?
billions of money.
Go to the
You're
bank,
looking for
get a
investors.
loan.
Banks in this economy.
Oh,
This one we are living in.
Get Sacco,
Yeah.
be in a bloody chama,
Yeah.
get money elsewhere.
Yeah, me, my bank denied me a loan.
So
Because you're not
You
serious.
know yourself,
No,
you
because
denied
you're
me
not
alone.
serious. Because they realize you're not serious.
No.
Who am I?
Because banks right now are focused on unasikia dada account. Unasikia sijui angamiza men account. No, Felicisha sponsor account.
But you see, again, I would say, if your bank cannot give you a loan, if your boys cannot give you a loan, then you're really not serious.
No,
You are just not
my
serious.
boys, the loan my boys give me
What did you do with it?
So ulikunywa pombe. Hiyo pesa imetoka wapi? Si imetoka kwa loan. You didn't ask then when we were drinking. So umekunywa juice.
Umejibamba.
You feel very nice.
No, but seriously, you don't ask money the second or the third or the
You
fourth.
don't ever.
You do not. And this goes to the women as well. So I'm not only attacking the men. So even women, you hook up with a guy, you start having conversation, and then at some point you say, I have a child who's going to school.
I need to make my
Gasimeisha. You see?
I will agree with you, however. All jokes aside, as a man, you do not ask for money.
Yeah.
Just dive into a purse when she's asleep. But you never ask for money. You never ask for money.
Wait, guys. This the scenario of the man asking the woman for money. This lady takes the kids to school. She runs a house. She pays her own bills.
Yes.
And then you come in and now you want financial assistance from this woman.
So you call me baby.
Leave alone that. I haven't even gotten to that point of.
No, daddy has to spend money. You call me baby.
Baby boy.
Yeah,
So you're the other baby of the house.
Hey. Baby boy, you stay on my mind.
Oh my God.
Chill. Stay focused here. So I think it's not really fair because she's done it on her own. She has the balance right now. So when a man comes into her life and starts asking for financial assistance, it starts with money, and then the next time they've moved in, and then the next time you're the one providing for that man who's actually moved into your house.
You know, the truth is, you've dated some good men. They were solid.
They were.
Why aren't you with them? So I must teach you the value of a solid man.
What values are those? What values are those?
You must know the value of a solid man. Listen, when God wants you to appreciate heaven, what does he do?
He punish. He take you
He
to hell.
gives you through. He takes you the shortcut for hell. You know? Exactly.
So you're the one who's
I am
who's teaching me the
inevitable.
values.
I am inevitable. Yeah? No, but
also,
all jokes aside, if he comes asking for money, what I would tell my daughter is, if he comes asking for money,
head sounds very far.
There's no red flag, there's no nothing. Don't pass go, don't collect $200.
Yeah.
You tell him bye.
Yeah.
Or alternatively, if you're in a fix, akupe, kigongi, and then goodbye.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
But okay, so
make someone to scratch that surface.
Yeah,
to be very honest.
Yeah.
Let's take a step back.
That's very true.
So, having had this discussion, when is that right time to say you've gotten to a point where you can assist? As a single mom, I can assist a man. Let's get a man. Financially, I can let you into my space, and I can now introduce. Chim, last time you mentioned you don't introduce yourself as a dad to kids first. So you get to hook up, have the conversation, and I think Karen and I are coming from a point of, let me tell you, whatever you do with that information is up to you.
Exactly.
So I need to understand, when was that time you actually got into a relationship? Yeah. When did you mention you're
Now, I'll be very honest with you. I have, that's a strong one, dated. Hey, I have dealt with single mothers.
You don't date?
You deal. You deal.
I deal with single mothers.
Okay.
I have never met their children. Do you know why I've never met their children? Because me, I'm a useless man. And I know the minute I meet your children, I will scar them. Because I will become Houdini. They will see me. Now you see me.
Now you don't.
And one of my truths is I never, ever add on to the trauma of a child.
Yeah.
Ever. Ever. Unless they are bullying my children, in which case you shall see your father being beaten. Welcome to trauma. But me selecting to add on to your trauma,
not intentionally. Yeah.
They will hear their mother say, oh God, oh Jesus, Daddy, for 3 minutes.
And they will never see the daddy.
They'll never see me. 3 minutes later, the door is open. And it's just,
the guy has disappeared.
You hear, and I'm gone.
And I think men should have that honesty.
Let me ask. That's an interesting point you raise, because I even want to ask you, what business do you have going into a single mother's house?
Every business. Listen, I
wow.
must ensure that the person I'm dealing with is stable. I must ensure you actually have a roof over your head. I must ensure.
So if I don't have a roof, will you give me the roof?
Happens?
Then we must inspect your parking lot.
I mean, if I have a parking lot.
No, there are some people who've been kicked out of their houses. They are now sleeping in the car in the parking lot, which I don't judge. But my thing is all jokes aside. Listen, in all honesty, I do not condone messing with a single mother. Tell her the truth. Let her understand. In all honesty, I will never meet your children. All I am is a short time.
Just for fun.
But a very short time. It can be fun, but it'll be a very short time.
The emphasis is on the very short time.
Very short.
Yeah.
See, they say good things come in small packages. Now we are looking at time. We keep it
Short and
30
sweet.
seconds.
Literally short and
when
sweet.
that chorus is over, me,
Out.
I've had my fun. My friend, you didn't have your fun. Hey, too bad. Me, I'm
Oh,
gone.
yeah.
But my thing is this, I will never ever put a single mother in a situation to have to explain my presence.
Yeah.
Ever.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ever. Yeah?
Okay.
And the thing about dating when it comes to single motherhood, what I am curious is, why do you single mothers always choose men like me? Always choose useless men. We are useless. That's who you go for. That's who you go for.
They make your heart go paragash.
Yeah. Sometimes
For
you need
30 seconds,
sometimes
like
you need
okay.
an adventure.
Yeah.
You need that adrenaline for
Yeah.
is it going to call? Is it after the 30 minutes of excitement?
The reason
I need to look forward to the next
reason
30
I'm asking
seconds.
is at which point does a woman decide this is the guy who's going to meet my kids?
Where?
That's a good one. That's a good one. For me, I'll tell you for sure. My son is 7 years. 7 years later, he has never met any man that I've gone out with. And it's mostly because I've also met useless men. I'm sorry if you're there watching and you're one of those men I've met. I'm sorry. But
We salute you.
and for me, it has. I will meet you. I'm able to tell this one. No, this one is for, and like you're saying, there's those ones for fun. You know, this one is a short time.
Yeah.
Let's have fun. You'll never get to meet my son. You will know he exists. First of all, I've also, for me, my house is my small haven, and I always say my house is my son's house. So by the time you're coming to my house, as someone I'm seeing, oh my goodness. So anyway, 7 years later, I have not met anyone who
Wait,
deserves.
You always go to his house. He might be a cult member.
It's fine. Let me come and see.
You might be sacrificed.
Let me come and see. Let me come and see whether you're sacrificing.
I don't know about
hiding
you guys.
bodies under your bed.
I like the risk of knowing I might feel the cold steel of a panga.
That's the risk
It's
that you want.
exciting, exhilarating.
No. Yeah, I know the excitement, but no. For me, I'm just like, no. This is my space. This is my son's space. Until for sure, I'm 100% sure. And unfortunately, I've not gotten there yet. I don't know whether ever I will, and I hope I do at some point. Yeah.
How about with you? When do you realize maybe I need to introduce him to?
I think my first son met. Was it two? That is the father to the twins, and now another guy. My kids have met only one, which is now the other guy. And unfortunately, you can never be sure whether it's going to be 10 years
I
or
know.
3 years.
Yeah,
And that's
the hard part.
That's the sad part. You'd never know when it's time. Probably is because there are a couple of guys I've actually dated, and when we are parting ways, they were like, "You didn't want me to meet your children." I was like, "We didn't get to that
we didn't get
point
there
where I feel you're very responsible to meet my children."
Yeah, you are useless.
And those
Yes, call a spade a spade. Just tell
and
them
those
you are
guys who
useless.
actually met the children,
Were not so
it
useless.
went well. And at some point, I think with the first one that my elder son met, it was good. Like you went
all out. Yeah.
all out, and you started doing the marital classes, as in hapa tumeomoka, and then shit happens. So I think where I am right now, there's no best time. You just decide whether you want the man to meet the children or not, and that's why you'd hear me saying I'd want more of a partner than someone to come and live with me and the children. If I get there, well and good. But I think it's more of let's just do life. We can do life separately.
Go with the flow.
And as the children grow up, you get to have more time to spend with your partner. Let's travel the world. Let's just have fun. When that time is right, as in 10 years down the line, and we feel, anyway, let's just come together and figure this out.
No, I do agree with you. I don't think there's ever, I don't know whether you ever get to that point where you're like, this is it. For you as a guy.
Wait. What do you mean you never get to the point where you're like, this is it?
You never be sure.
I don't know. You're never sure. Because sometimes you're sure and then shit still happens.
That then raises the question of what is your vetting process?
Tell us, how should we vet?
I've always said this. I have a son and I have a daughter. For my daughter, I will meet her guy 3 months in. If she decides to get serious with him, from the point at which she says we are serious, I'll meet him 3 months later. If he can survive that, he will meet her mother 6 months in. For my son, his woman will meet the mom at the point of 3 months.
So the son fasts for you, your daughter fast. Okay.
And the reason for that is, now, the mother of my children knows she chose me beyond my superior genetics. See, you've agreed. Beyond those superior genetics.
But anyway, you can have yours.
She chose me because she knows at the end of the day, I would want a son or a daughter who follows his footsteps. Right? When it comes to our son, she is better placed to vet and say, is she the type of woman to allow that to happen? Right? I'll be looking at our son, and after saying, good job, the next thing I'll say is, now beyond that, tell me about who she is. But as a man, I will always have the bias of saying, I can't speak for every man. Some men are weak. So if you're a weak man, you can't relate. But I'll always have the bias of saying, he chose an attractive woman. He will not get tired of her quickly. Weak men have other criterias. They'll tell you, she'll make a good, he will mold her into the type of wife he wants with the guidance of his mother. Right? Yeah. For my daughter, it's the same thing. I will teach her how to deal with a guy because she will have selected for a man like me.
Yeah.
Right? So how do you fit into his frame? I can show you that. At the same time, I can guide you in such a way where I tell you, he's overstepping his boundary. Right? That being said and done, it is why I'm asking, what is your criteria for how you choose
the man that you date?
Yeah. Okay. Because, and this is now the prickly part, you chose before and you chose wrong.
Exactly.
I chose before and I was the wrong one chosen. I chose wrong.
You were chosen wrong.
Yeah. So, how do I go through this and say, I do not want to repeat the same. The whole single parent vibe ends at me. My children will get married.
Exactly.
That is what I've always said.
Yeah. That's a good thing. And also, so here's the thing. I'm also trying to think of, I met the father of my child when I was, 25? I think I was too young to. I mean, I was looking for excitement, to be honest.
You do know at 25, the adult brain is fully formed. The human brain is fully formed.
It is. However, I was from another relationship that was really serious. A relationship we were getting married. Right? The relationship went the way it went. We left the relationship broken. And then I met this guy who's baby girling me. I'm like, this is it. Baby girl me all the way. So I think because of that, there was the excitement of, oh my gosh, I have someone who's taking care of me. I have someone who is, there for me and everything.
real talk, we have to take accountability. I
Yes.
take accountability for my blunders. I believe we all must take accountability.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
So you need to get to a point where you take accountability and accept, I made
A mistake.
this mistake. This is how I paid into that cashing
Yes.
out. I paid into this cashing out. I paid into that cashing out.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm saying this is because I do not want to be your second baby daddy.
I also don't want a second.
No, I don't mean me.
No, like the man. I get it. No, I get it.
Before it
And
becomes
that's
you're short. Yeah.
Okay, guys, this is whatever. But I get it. And I agree with you. I also don't want a second. But again, how sure are you? I mean, life happens. People get married for 15 years and they still exit.
And I
Is
say
there
this because the segue comes into you because you did every bit of the vetting process right. And I remember us having a conversation where I told you I was stumped.
Because everything
You
was
did
100%.
every bit of the vetting process right.
But still.
So I'm sitting down and wondering, how do I improve what I'm going to teach my daughter?
Yeah.
You understand?
I think we need to give the children an opportunity as well. Because we are not talking to kids who are in our generation. It's going to be totally different. So I think just allowing them to know what's outside there, getting to experience it. Where we come in is instilling those values
Exactly.
in them. This is how relationships are meant to be. This is what happened, because at times we need to understand, because it took quite some time for me to understand, being raised by a single mom, just to understand how did we get there. And once you understand that, you know very well what to look out for.
Exactly.
My mom is amazing, because being a single mom, and I think I'm living life from her lens, because the thing is, she made sure we got everything.
Yeah.
We've never lacked, right? She provided, make sure we had a home to go to by the end of the day, and I'm talking about a home, warmth,
Yeah. A hot
everything
meal,
that you
everything
ever
is there.
need in a family setup, she made sure to provide.
Yeah.
So right now, I'm always making sure even my children never lack.
Yeah.
So when you get into a relationship and you feel the other person depends on you, you're just thinking, and these are the red flags we need to discuss as well. Why are you doing this? Like literally, we are here to do it together. Why are you letting me do it? Because I can still do it on my own.
Yeah.
And that's where we get to a point where we say,
Yeah.
as a single mom, once you crack and you got it right, you don't need that man.
Actually, that's a good
You
point
don't
you
need
raise.
him.
Yeah.
You just need someone at the corner.
So
and at times we end up
It
using
is-
the men, because when I need you, please come when I need you.
Yeah.
Not when
The
you
rest-
need me.
exactly,
It doesn't work
yeah.
like that. And it's very
Yeah.
unfortunate. But I also feel, let's give the children a chance to explore life.
As
Your story
individuals,
is
yeah.
your story. Let them have their own story. And they probably turn out to be good.
Well,
You
I
never
agree.
know.
I agree with that. At the same time, I disagree with it fundamentally. Men are important. Men are crucial for the successful raising of children.
We agree.
We look at statistics
We
and
disagree.
data. No, as in when you say, like, I look at the men like they are not
I think
consequential.
No.
yeah, in a dating
In a dating setup.
yeah.
I would argue, if you're a single mother, do not date until your child is 18 and out of the house.
That's 11 years later for me.
Aye. That's like 11 years.
Yeah.
I
years
know.
later.
I'm like, geez, how old will I be?
The unfortunate truth is, once the child is here as a single mother, you are locked in. It was, let us call it what it was. It was a mistake that gave you a blessing. And that is the one irony of life. That you can make a mistake, that this is one of the only mistakes you'll ever make in life that gives you a blessing.
Yeah.
If you make the mistake of not studying for KCSE,
So you're near.
my friend, there is no blessing.
Yeah.
I totally.
But with a child, it will be a mistake because you're not sure of this person, but you evolve, and that's the thing, you mature into it becoming a blessing. That said and done, do not date until this child is 18 or out of your house. And the reason I say this is because besides the idea that I gave you of the concept of the Cinderella effect, yeah, there is, which, let me just quickly explain, is about child abuse with step parents.
Yeah.
Right? Girls who have a stepfather 500 times, that's 5x times, 5x, yeah, 5 times more likely to be sexually abused.
Girls who didn't grow up with
No,
them.
girls who have a stepfather.
Okay.
5 times more likely. And little boys with a stepmother are more likely to be physically abused in terms of beating, torture, all of that. Right?
Wow.
It's called the Cinderella effect because you know the story Cinderella? How the evil stepmother. It became a trope because people used to see this is what happened.
Yeah.
So it became a trope. Do not expose your child to that. I've said this previously and I'll say this again. If you're going to date a man who's already married. He and his wife already knew he was open to polygamy and they accept you and your children. That gives your children that stability of a household. The second thing, date a widower. He has experienced a stable relationship, but God called his person.
So
or
now
you
he-
never know. Hata sometimes ni jinga tu yake akaenda. But they know what stability is.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And the third person you should date, is a single father who is 40 years or above.
Yeah.
Because damu imeacha kuchemka.
So he's
They are
just
ready
looking
to
for-
settle down
Yeah.
and be a father figure. That said, you should not date until your child is out of the house so that you're not risking exposing your child to a revolving door. The truth is, very few men who date single mothers are willing to actually, I'm going to marry you.
Very few. We've seen them. They're very few, but I could be the lucky one.
Midlife crisis nowadays starts after 40.
Don't bet.
you're not
on
assured.
luck. Don't
Yeah,
bet
no.
on
I hear what you're saying. You also need to be, you don't want to repeat the same mistake again. But now what happens? I mean, if today I meet a guy and I like the guy and the guy likes me, does it mean I need to tell him, bro, I like you,
meet
you
your
like
father.
me? But
You meet your father before anything. Before you get
Before
going,
you meet my
your
son.
father. If you do not have a father, in my case, where my father, like I said, was useless, he must meet a mentor
a mentor.
or your elder brother.
At what point? At what point?
At the point where you begin to develop feelings for this guy, the point where he looks you in your eyes and you can tell it's no longer just secretary.
That's when you
There's
now call the village
He's
elders
simping
to
now.
come
He's
meet the guy.
simping. The minute he starts simping, you tell this simp, you are a simp. Now meet my father.
Go deal
Meet,
with the
I call
guy.
you daddy, go and call him daddy. You understand?
Yeah.
The reason I'm saying this is as a man, your father knows how to suss out the useless men. He'll tell you there are some men,
for sure, yeah.
especially simps. Simps are in love with the concept of love. There is a man who will sit you down and tell you, I not only love you, I love even your pet. Bosco, Simba has been running around in the neighborhood, but he tells you, I love Simba is skinny. Simba looks like problems and kwashoko, but he tells you, I love even Simba.
He's very cute, by the way.
Your father will
Yeah.
tell you, not this one.
Chim, there are two things you're saying. You're saying don't date until
Until your kids are
your
out of
kids
the
are
house.
out of the house. There's dating, and I think it's very, very important coming from a woman to say at times you just need.
Kigongi.
Okay, you want not a kigongi, as in you literally would want another person in the picture, but not in your circle. You get. Because otherwise, this is where we always say you even forget how to mourn.
I know.
Yeah.
Our problems are many.
Yeah,
Jim.
so I think,
Sometimes you just need a
I
little
think
bit of spice
women
in your life.
should consider. I'm not saying get to know yourself and then date.
Yeah.
Get some time to just understand yourself and your needs. That way you get to understand what type of man you're looking for.
Yeah.
Right? Are you looking for someone to come and stay with you, with the children, be a father? Are you just looking for a partner? As in, you're not planning
Who
to
are you
have
looking
children,
for? Yeah.
right? But I think you need to go outside there and meet people. Guy, love is very important.
It is important, by the
if
way.
you're a single mother
This
and
is
you're looking to
important.
date, you
Yeah.
should be dating a man who is looking to be a stepfather. If not, you are wasting time.
No,
that is not
but
dating.
let me ask you, Chim. Do you sometimes, or maybe even Sheila, do you sometimes want to date? Again, not because you want to settle. You just want to date.
In the meantime, single mothers, when you want to waste time, kuja Kigongi. My number is.
All right. I think that was a beautiful conversation. And it feels like we need a part 2 of this conversation. Probably
Sure.
with the men and a few other women,
Yes.
just to hear, because it feels like this one would be hot. I'd be interested to hear from a single mom and a single man with no children and a single woman with no children. How would their relationship be? And so, I mean, guys, if you have a similar experience, tell us on the comments below. It was nice having you. Do you have a parting shot before we close?
Like the video, guys.
It's
for
free.
you, it's a very small action. For us, it is a huge deal. Like the
Yeah.
video, follow us. If you're not followed, I hope this content has made you aware of us and has earned a follow.
Yeah. Sheila, any parting shot?
Let us know what you think about dating as single parents. Are you team Chim or Carol
Yeah.
or Sheila? We're happy to hear from you.
Yeah, happy to hear from you. Ask us questions. Give us ideas on, what conversation would you want us to have beyond this. And we'll definitely, consider those conversations.
Yeah.
So thank you very much. Subscribe. It's free. Like us. Follow us on social media. And see you next Wednesday.